Someone who's out there who is never letting their guard down, always standing up for the issues, the social issues that are so important to us as believers.
First of all, I feel a little out of place as one of Jonathan's friends today. I'm the only guy that wasn't in jail with John McCain. And frankly, I'm glad I wasn't. I'm not sure I'm as tough as these guys or as Senator McCain. I want to say what a thrill it is to be with you today, and I'm not here so much in a political capacity, but primarily to say this election is about getting every person out to vote who loves his or her country. It's about making sure that we vote not just our politics, but we vote our biblical principles. And I think sometimes Democrat and Republican is right and wrong. And my friends, there are some things that are right. It's right to stand for the sanctity of every human life and believe the very institution of marriage is the foundation of our society. If it falters, then how do we not only create the next generation, but how do we retrain our replacements? It's important that we also remember this election is about understanding that our economic freedom is directly tied to our moral capacity. There are many people who say, well, I don't want to hear about this morality stuff because all I want to hear about is the economy. Well, I was a governor for 10 and a half years, and I can tell you something. There's no such thing as being able to separate the economic issues from the moral issues, and I want to explain why. Every time we have a person in prison in my state, it's the same thing true here in Virginia or any other state in America, it costs more money to put a person in prison for 1 year than it would to put a person in Liberty University in that same year, pay for the tuition and the room and board. I'm explaining to you that in every state in the country, the cost of immorality is one of the reasons we have economic troubles. Wall Street didn't melt down just because some people made bad business decisions. They made some immoral decisions based on personal greed, avarice, and hubris. And the reason that we are in trouble economically is because we're in trouble morally. Most of what we have as government is the result of people who did not govern themselves. When people fail to self-govern, when they don't abide by the simple rule of do unto others as you have them do unto you, then it requires a civil government to come and restrict and restrain our behavior. If we did not hit each other, steal from each other, lie to each other, if we did not have domestic violence, if we didn't have armed robbery and burglary, you could reduce the police force to the size of your jails and prisons. You could take away the people that you pay in public works to scrape off all the graffiti from the buildings and bridges that people spray paint. If people actually got their homework and stayed in school and didn't drop out, you wouldn't have to spend all that extra tax money for remedial education and for the social services that go because of the moral breakdown. So when somebody tells you that we shouldn't talk about morality, that has nothing to do with politics, let me assure you, not from the standpoint of having been a pastor, but having been a governor, every time we have moral incapacity, we have to increase the capacity of government. And the size and the cost of government is directly proportionate to what we do personally in our own behavior in not living up to that simple standard of Jesus, do unto others as you have them do unto you. That's why this election is so much more than an election just about your pocketbooks. But if you're concerned about your pocketbooks, then I hope you'll be concerned about the principles that can give you the capacity to keep more of what you earn. Not because you're selfish, but because you're unselfish. And frankly, I'd much rather see you have enough money left over before the government gets finished reaching deep into your pockets and paychecks, so that you can give to things like Thomas Road Baptist Church and Liberty University, and less to a government that spends it on things that I wouldn't even mention in mixed company, much less on a television program. Thank you, my friends, for